I didn't want.
That's okay. I think we are
Yeah.
going live. Let's just see. Pretty sure that's where we are. So it looks like we're live, so I'm going to mute that, and I'm going to come back to us, Erin, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to hi everyone, how are you all today? How is everyone? So I'm going to use the slideshow, and welcome. And today, of course, we've started on the last page, haven't we? So not the first page, but the last page. So welcome to Style, Health and Wellness Solutions for Thursday. And welcome everyone. So we have a special guest, but this is just going to come in and let you just give you a little bit of an idea why I am bringing you Style, Health and Wellness Solutions. It came to my attention as I was talking to women about their style and dressing and all of those things. They're mostly leaders, so female leaders. And what I was finding, there's a disconnect between dressing and their mindset and what they're doing in their business. So there's sort of this real disconnect in ways. So they're not completely aligned and understanding, their personal mindset, and then for with running a business, just how do you do the paperwork, the bookwork, the automations, all of that type of thing. So this was my take on incorporating style with all the other aspects of business. And the people that I bring to you are experts in their field. So they actually have had the experience, they've had the skill sets, they understand what they're talking about. I was talking to someone today, and it was a bit of an aha when we said that, we can wing it if we know what we're talking about. So it's so true. If we know what we're talking about, we can pretty much come from our hearts, and with passion we can share what we love, and we share it with that passion. So without further ado, I'll just give you a bit of a heads up that as female leaders, it's really and this isn't working to plan, but to remain our authentic selves. Our health and wellness is our priority, and that's reflected as a stylist. I see that disconnect and that unalignment very, very often. So supporting you females to live a balanced and aligned life is what I'm about. And the guest speaker that I have today is the beautiful Erin. Oh, gosh, sorry, Erin. Our guest speaker for today is the beautiful Erin Hardy. And Erin is a solo parent. She's a business owner and the face of the Excel Lady brand. So that's a pretty interesting brand too. We'll get Erin to talk a little bit about that. Erin knows the importance of value of managing time efficiently and productively in order to balance her many responsibilities. So I can imagine at this time, Erin, you've got lots of balls up in the air. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Erin and stop sharing the screen so that we can see the lovely Erin. And welcome, Erin. How are you?
Hi, Lucia. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. And you've got an awesome topic today. Can you share a little bit about the Excel Lady brand, that brand that you've got, and then what you're going to bring to us today? Just a little sneak peek.
Sure. So my name's Erin Hardy, and yes, as you said, I'm the face of the Excel lady, and I create lots of different Excel products for streamlining processes for businesses mostly. I also can't help myself, and I do little things like menu planners and calendars and that sort of thing for daily life. But my main sort of service is for businesses, and about, I think it was a month ago or 2 months ago, I presented this service pricing solution, which was mainly for service-based businesses and how to get their pricing really spot on so that they could feel really confident and certain in themselves on what they were going to be charging their clients, and know that they were actually going to be able to pay their bills at the end of the month as well. So I was going to present that today.
Beautiful. I'm looking forward to it, because this is something that I've really I've had to seek assistance and guidance, because I could never work it out myself. It's
really tough.
Yeah. It is for someone like me. So are you going to share the screen, or are you just going to talk?
I can do that.
Yeah.
Sure. So the presentation that I have, I will have to tweak a little bit, because it was really a lot about, it was going to be for people to answer back, and I realised I can't actually see people's responses. So
just share it with us, and we'll backwards and forwards, and I'll be your guest.
You'll be my guest.
And you can run it past me. So if there are anyone that's watching and they do have questions, because I can't see them at the moment either, but if the ladies have questions, they can just pop them in the comments, and Erin will come back and chat to them a little bit later. So
beautiful.
I will keep an eye here via my phone for you.
Thank you. All right, I'll start sharing. Okay, so what led me here? As I already got the introduction, I'll go straight into this. Thank you so much, Lucia. As she mentioned, I am a single parent, and I'm also a sole trader. So sole parent, sole trader. And I was a data analyst in the corporate world in Melbourne for about 20 years. And when I had my baby girl, who's now almost 8, a lot of shifts change, as any of you who are mothers would know. Yes. It's it changes your priorities a lot, and also what really wasn't getting a lot of the flexibility that I needed to be able to support my family and also support my team at work. So I ended up making the move and starting my business in Excel, which is what I was doing at work anyway. Well, it was part of it. It was actually the most fun part of my job at the time, and so it made sense. Yeah. And I also had support. I knew some people that were doing it for a living, so I knew it was actually a thing that you could do. I also did a bit of research to see if it was viable.
Data analysis, would it have been?
Yeah, some analysis. Yeah. And I have absolutely no business training, and it was getting a lot of conflicting advice, and it was hard to get the truth around pricing and how much I was supposed to be charging and that kind of thing. Yeah. And so over the years, that was about 6 years ago, so I've been in business for a little while, and over the years I've really sort of tried different things and tweaked, and now I have this thing that I'm very excited about. I can't wait to show you.
So if anyone does want that, and we are watching the comments, anyone does want, some time with Erin, please just comment in the comments below, and Erin will get back to you and share a link, won't you, Erin, later?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So if I continue, I'd love to hear questions as well as I go along, because I learn a lot from your questions. Yeah. So one of the things I would love to know is what comes to mind when you think about pricing. So if you can pop that in the chat. So if you think right now and you think about your own pricing and how you're charging clients or for your products or your services, have a think about the first thing that comes to mind and pop it in chat.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll get back to that. And also let me know how you would feel to know exactly what you're supposed to be pricing. So just imagine that you're going to a client meeting or you're on the phone and you know exactly how much to charge at that moment. Right. And you're so confident. Like that's where we want to get to.
Okay, rightio. I can do that too.
So Lucia, if I use you as an example.
Yeah, absolutely. You can. Yep.
How do you feel about, sorry, I'll go back one. When you think about pricing, what first comes to mind?
Well, my first thought is, am I charging the right amount? Am I charging enough? Because I'm only going on a benchmark that I was given when I first did my training almost 2 years ago now. So I offer a lot more than what was in that initial package. So that's my question, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And how do you feel about it, not knowing it? No, not having that uncertainty.
Well, when you're having that conversation, you tend to be a little apprehensive about giving that price, like that, that whole sale. When you're definite, it's like, well, it's this, that's it. Open and shut, basically. There's no two ways about it. So yeah, that's probably that feeling that you get, that apprehensive, that you don't really know for sure that you're asking the right price. So yeah.
Awesome. So we definitely want to have some certainty around it.
Absolutely.
Or sometimes it pops into my mind, the word that pops into my mind that doesn't exist that I make up, it's called a surety.
A surety.
Yeah.
To be sure.
A surety. I want to be sure. Yeah, maybe. To be sure. Maybe it's my Irish roots coming through there.
Yeah.
So my main presentation is about why it's so important, why pricing is so important, which we've already touched on a little bit, and then discuss what your services are worth and how you know what to charge, and then we'll have lots of Q&A, and I'll show you the solution. We might do that the opposite way. I'll show you a solution and then we'll do the Q&A.
Okay. Rightio. Yeah, because there's probably something that'll come from that. So yeah.
Sure. So the pricing is super important. It's pretty obvious that it's important, right? We all know that pricing is important, but really, why is it? And a lot of it has to do with the expectations of your market. Yep. You need to get your pricing sorted to be able to pay your bills. Not having it at the right amount can really limit your business growth. And then there's that whole thing about whether, if you're not pricing enough, then is it a hobby or is it a business? There's that sort of that line there. Yeah. And also it really affects your self-worth, doesn't it? If you really think.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just go through. It's doing its little fancy thing. So what are your services worth? So one of the ways to figure out what your services are worth is to think about the time spent, all of your education and training over the years, your expertise in the area, and the value that your clients or your customers receive from your service.
Wow.
It's a really big one, value. And I think a lot of us service business owners struggle a little bit with that, because it's almost a little bit fluffy or arbitrary, but it's not really. The value to somebody is huge. It's like you can't put a price on love, the value that you get from something.
Yeah, I was just going to say that sorry, I'm playing with my lights. But I just think sometimes that's a real fluffy one to nail down. So I guess the time, education, training and expertise, maybe that does equal the value.
That's a really good one. Oh, I like that. Just made up a formula.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I?
Not just a fashion guru.
See what these fashion girls do? Oh my gosh. But yeah, because I'm just looking at it thinking, you know, what's my value? Well, I really, really see my value from that time, education, training and expertise. Really, that is where I can go. I can really put some prices and go, yeah, well, I've done, you know, nearly 20 years of, you know, dressing women. So, you know, that's got time, education,
Yeah.
all the courses I've done, all the education I've done over the time. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really clarifies that, Lauren. Erin?
Awesome. I must look like a Lauren to you, seriously, because you've called me Lauren before, but I quite like it.
Do you? Your daughter will be saying, she's Erin, not Lauren.
My nana, my dad's mum was called Laura, and it was almost my daughter's middle name.
Yes.
So maybe it's some connection you're getting there.
Maybe. Yes, I don't know. But anyway, Erin.
Anyway, let's go on.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, analogy.
Thank you. You've given me another way of explaining it to my clients too, and to people that come to the training for pricing. So how do you know what to charge? This is really moves on straight away what we were talking about. The products and tools that you use. You run, for instance, if you're a makeup artist, all of the makeup that you have to buy, all of the brushes and everything.
Yeah.
If you're a plumber, it's all of your tools, etc. Right? That's what the products tools means. The running, and also for me, the products mean my Microsoft subscription, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The running costs to run, you know, electricity, to run your office, all that kind of thing, running around in the car, although we're not doing a lot of that at the moment in Melbourne. And how often you want to work. This is a big one, right? A lot of us don't really think about how often we actually want to work. We just assume that it's a 9 to 5 or, you know, something like that, because that's what normal.
Yeah,
well, that's what normal used to be.
Yeah, that's right. We follow that normal principle, don't we? So we follow that norm.
Yeah, but it's actually, or for hairdressers or something like that, you know, it could be Tuesdays to Saturdays, or, you know, they have to work Thursday nights because that's what normally is for them. But actually just having a really good think about how often you want to work. Also the time spent on billable and non-billable. So our time in business, we do spend a lot of time in non-billable and we don't realize it. Things like writing invoices, quotes, your budgeting, your paying your accounts, all of that is non-billable because it's not bringing in the money. It's not the client billable work. Also, you can look at your competitors, although you have to be a little bit careful with your competitors because you never really know where they're getting their stuff from, unless you're in a situation like hairdressing where it's huge. But if you're in a more niche like you, Lucia, it's not really something you'd probably a lot of weight on.
Really, no, not a lot of weight on. I was just looking at products and tools. Sorry. As a stylist, we have a stylist kit, so we have all our kit and caboodle when we're going to a styling session. You know, like there's a fair bit of stuff in that you don't.
What's in a stylist kit?
Well, you've got all your like you've got deodorants, you've got what is it called? Double-sided tapes, you've got your boob tapes, you've got your safety pins, you've got all of those things that tweak and make a garment, particularly if you're doing photography, you know, like if you're doing a style shoot or something. So then you've got all of that extra. If you're doing a wardrobe, then you've got, you know, the running rail or something like that you are getting the products onto for the client. So there's lots of things, that you just take for granted when it comes from products and tools. And you've got to have a safety pin. You know, it's mandatory. Safety pin and a what is it? A tape measure. So
yes,
mandatory. You've got to have that.
And I guess it's something that's normal around the house, so you might easily forget that it is actually one of the tools that you use.
Especially if the kids go to the craft craft kit and go, oh, I might just borrow one of those, and you get out there and it's like, I don't have this, you know. Yeah, so yeah, it is interesting.
It's funny. Strangely, I'm a sewer, which I say strange because I have that creative side as well as doing the geeky Excel side. And yeah, so I completely understand that. I have this beautiful sewing box, which, you know, I have the tape measures here and the pins here, and yeah, it all just gets
rummages, and that's
rummages.
Yeah, they rummage, and it's just like, where is my tape measure? So I've got one put in my handbags now. So any handbag I have, I've got a tape measure in there.
Oh, I love it.
That's my little go-to.
Do you have a branded tape measure? I would love to see that.
What a great idea! Oh, boom! I love it. Oh, I like
That'd be
it.
cute.
Yeah,
those little round ones where you pull out.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And pink, follow your style, you know.
Yeah. How cute would it be? Anyway, I should continue. Let's move back into the pricing. We've had our fun. Okay, so I was going to do Q&A. Are there any comments or questions?
Well, we've got a few ladies, but they're just listening at this stage.
Okay. Hi, thank you for listening. I hope
we've got.
Please ask me any questions.
Lee is over in Western Australia. Steph is in New South Wales. Reg is in Philippines. So we've got a fairly broad smattering.
Yeah, and I'm in Melbourne. I probably didn't mention before, and we're actually enjoying some spring weather, which is great, and it makes up for being isolated still. We're in pretty serious lockdown down here. All right, so if there's no questions, I'll keep going and I'll show you the actual solution, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Do you want to get into some Excel spreadsheets?
Oh, why not? Let's just see.
That exciting?
No. That's something that's always, I see a spreadsheet and I think I run for the hills. It's just like, oh, this is not me.
You're not the only one. It's okay. I'm used to it. I am going to try and share. Where is my share thing? I'll do my new share of my spreadsheet. And I believe it's got some info in it already. Can you see it?
Yes. Oh, beautiful. I love the colour, Erin.
Thanks. My branding. So there's my little logo there, the Excel lady. I actually created a product out of this because it was so sought after, and I called it the service pricing solution. It's a little bit boring, but basically it just says exactly what it does. It gives you a solution for your service-based business. I've just put you on the other side of my screen, so if I keep flicking, you'll.
That's all right, because she's over there as well, and we're talking here.
Great.
I should take a photo. I might just take a quick photograph, just so that the viewers can see what goes on when we're doing.
Can you see me?
Oh, where are you? Kind of.
No,
not properly, Erin.
it's okay.
All right, we can see all your spreadsheets though. Do you want to just stop sharing for a moment?
Oh yeah.
Let's get you in here. There we go. There we are. Right. All right. So beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
so
there's some.
we've got that.
All right. Let's go back.
Yep. So as you can see, ladies, the beauty of Facebook is that we've got this flexibility. We can bring, you know, our products to life like Erin is doing. It's just amazing. And all these facts and figures are just like, ooh. But anyway.
Well, it might look a bit ooh now, but with my explaining, hopefully it doesn't look so scary. So when you actually get the product, you wouldn't have all of this information in it. It's actually, oh, I need to change that so it doesn't show that. So basically, the service pricing solution is designed so that you can pop in all of your expenses. So fixed.
you actually put in your data.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I send it to people, this is in here as a suggestion, and then you can put in your amounts and your time. These are formulas that you can't edit, and there's just some notes there to help you out. The fixed expenses are things that don't change. So I've popped in things that sort of, I mean, insurance will really vary depending on your kind of business. So yeah, and I don't think you would have fixed expenses about your products. So you could actually put in your products here, because that would change month to month, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yeah. For me, insurance is quite high.
Yeah.
Yep. One. So, but at the moment we're still in ISO, like social distancing. So I'm not really doing all that that close contact. So yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yes. Do you go to people's houses?
Yes, I go to people's houses. I meet at shopping centres, little boutiques. Like I go everywhere pretty much.
Sure.
Halls. I'll do an event at a hall. Like a half-day workshop or something like that. So I've got to have my insurances up to date. So yeah.
Sure.
And they're not, that's that personal.
Yes. Yeah. Indemnity, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just put a few examples of, your home office amount, your phone, internet, insurance, and basically you can type in the amount and then you can select from a drop down the time period. So you don't have to sort of calculate in your head or anything. You just put, it's quite cool. So if there was, for instance, let's look. So say you're paying yourself super, say $500 a quarter, you can just pop that in a quarter, and then it works out here how much the total is per month and how much the total is per year. So fixed expenses, variable expenses, we'll add a few more in. So say for your products, you would have a bit of parking, wouldn't you?
Yes, I have parking. I have fuel, stuff like that.
You'd have tolls. I'm just putting whatever in.
Yeah. Motor vehicle expenses, yes, because that's like it can be fuel each week, but it's also like the services. So they're on a quarterly basis. So
good idea. Yeah. Motor vehicle. So as you can see, I can just type in something here, and you can actually type in over any of those.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I own a Prado, so it's yeah. So it's usually about 600. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a diesel, and it's it's cost me more, but it's going and going and going. So it's that sort of car that will not go for won't stop going with its regular services. So yeah.
Sorry about the background noise. So basically, the whole idea is you can change any of these that you like. Pop in your amount, the time period. The actual program works out everything for you, and total per year. This is just your expenses.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really good. It's scary, but it's good because then you're actually really aware. And so then we can go back up here. So if you have a think about your cost per client, or per project or per job, if you have a lot of different sort of levels of costs, do an average.
Okay.
So yep. So I'll just pop in an example. I usually use the makeup artist example, but so I'll pop in $150 cost per client. And how many hours do you actually want to work a week?
For me, it's like 15.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how many weeks do you want to work a year? Do you just want your 4 weeks off a year, or do you want more time off?
I work pretty well full time at the moment.
Okay.
I'm in that growth. So yeah, I just have.
So often I put in, I take out all school holidays. If I'm having a good month or whatever, I can take 2 weeks off, and so that gets reduced considerably for me. But so that just gives this you a bit of flexibility each year, or each time you look at this and evaluate your pricing, you can just pop that in, and then it comes up, it shows with the formulas based on the total expenses that you have. This is your minimum charge out rate to cover costs only.
Wow.
So you have to charge this amount, and that's regardless of what you put in here.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's based on the expenses.
Yep.
And then based on the cost that you want to charge per client, job or project,
yep,
it tells you need 9 clients, projects or jobs required per week to cover your costs only.
Okay. Yeah.
Which means 447 of them over the whole year.
Yeah, the whole year. Just doable. You know, like there's 12.
If there's 9 clients per week, that to me sounds like a lot, but if you're a hairdresser, I guess it's not.
A hairdresser it wouldn't be, and probably a makeup artist you could do 2 or 3 in you know, a couple of hours. So
yeah,
but for me, I'm looking more at a package, and that way minimizing that number, I guess. So I'd have to work that out, but yeah,
this is only 15 a week, so 9 people in 15 hours would be potentially a bit tricky, unless you were just bang
no,
booking.
I'm probably looking cost per client, it'd have to go up to at least 250, and then what is it?
But it'd be interesting if you actually put in your real figures here, how that would come out.
I'm thinking, yeah.
So it's that gives you a really good indication of what your minimum charge is per hour to cover your costs. And I really like seeing this, how many I need a week, because then it really gives you clarity around what you have to aim for.
Yeah, because that's just covering 9 clients is purely covering costs. So
yes.
In
this example, yes. And I've just
we've just grabbed a figure.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. Anyone got any questions for Erin? She's here for a little bit longer, so if anyone's got any questions, pop them in.
Even general Excel questions, I can show lots of different things. So, I can show you how to create your own pricing solution.
Larry's here, Diane's here, Lee's still here, so they're all still interested. Pop any questions that you might have for Erin, you know,
or anything you'd like to see just in Excel or spreadsheets.
No. So Erin, I see that as being a really helpful tool for startups. You know, people that are just starting and you know, wanting somewhere where they can maintain a sense of what they're spending their funds on, or where their money's going, and what they need to keep the income coming in. So I think
one of the things I do like about this tool is that it can grow with them as well. So you don't actually have to keep purchasing other models, because you can just update things as you go along.
Yep.
Yourself.
Okay. Beautiful. So no one is giving us anything. So I guess that's with the fixed. The fixed and variable radio. So I love that it's got that cost per week, you know, like the cost per week, like right down to that, you know, once a week, doing your book work, keeping on top of it, not having, you know, 4 weeks go by and then you've got to catch up and find this and all of that. So one question I've got for you, and this is me, Mrs. Untidy Bookkeeping. When you're doing, you know, your end of week, you know, like takings and expenses, do you just use a spreadsheet? Is that what you use, or do you
I do.
Yeah, so just like a try.
But I think I'm not the norm
Okay, yeah. So
for bookkeeping. I think a lot of people, they prefer to use the, you know, the big ones like Xero or QuickBooks, or Rounded is also a really good one, I've noticed.
instead of
It's called Rounded. It's beautifully simple.
is it? Okay.
I've looked at it myself, but I'm just because I know Excel, and
yeah,
I just can't get away from it, because I can make it tell me anything I want it to. Whereas some like Xero or QuickBooks, even though I'm geeky and I know programs, I go through it and I just want to see how much I spent on groceries for the year.
yeah.
So I created my own.
Okay. So it's not geeky. I think it's just maybe that you've had 20 years experience and you're an expert in this field when it comes to data and analysing. So yeah, I'm really grateful for this. This has been food for thought for me. Now, if no one's got any more questions, we might just get the beautiful... Is your VA in with you today?
No.
Oh, okay. She didn't
No.
attend. So when we've finished this call, if anyone is interested in having a... Erin, can you explain what you have to offer for people?
Oh, I was, if you're interested, you can come and talk to me about it. I've got, I can give you a Calendly link to book yourself in.
That would be
completely obligatory, no obligation chat. I love this stuff, and I can, sometimes in that chat, I can actually help you without anything. I could just, especially people that are sort of a little bit familiar with Excel or the formulas or something, I can just give you a few little tips.
Yeah.
Totally happy to do that, and I will get the link.
Well, I know that everyone that's on is in business for themselves. So, yeah, if you share that link, that would be great. And I know for me, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this particular solution, because I think it's possibly something that might help me with my bookkeeping or lack of.
I should mention actually that I am not a bookkeeper or an accountant.
No, that's okay.
But I do create amazing things in Excel. So it's sort of it's a tool, a helpful tool to help you along with great advice.
I think I've shared the link. Yes, I have. The beauty of having an Apple is that you copy here and paste here. So it's like, and Brenda's just popped on too. So hi, she's going to watch the replay. So yeah, there's a few ladies there. So I'm sure that you are going to be able to help someone out there, Erin, with you.
I hope so. Yeah, please do come to me. Of course I have these products to sell, but I'm also just here to help. Anything in Excel and spreadsheets is, it can sometimes take me 5 minutes and it might take somebody 3 hours, and so I'm totally happy to do that.
Beautiful. So thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
I hope you take care of yourself. I know that
Thank you.
Things going on with your
2 more weeks in stage 4.
2 more weeks, is it? Oh my goodness.
The first trip I want to do is go to the beach.
Oh, do you want me to send you some sand?
I actually have a friend who's in Tasmania, and he keeps, I said, do a video calls with me when you're at the beach so I can hear the sounds.
Yeah, right. Yep. Someone's just told me we're nearly at the end of it, and they said, I can't hear you very well. It's probably because I was standing back a little. But yeah, I'll do a video of the beach. I'll go to the beach and let you.
Thanks.
I'll do it in Messenger, so not everyone, gets to be envious of you. But yeah, take care. Thanks, Erin, for being our guest. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and we will catch up with you again soon sometime.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I really hope your viewers got lots of value.
Yeah, they have got lots of value. Thanks, Erin.